I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on GBM, we're featuring a powerful book. It is called Wings of Love, a memoir. It is an inspirational true story about finding purpose, love, and fulfillment through service. It is written by a true life hero, an author. Her name is Nancy Rivard. She is the founder of the internationally acclaimed nonprofit Airline Ambassadors International. And in the book, she shares how a profound loss pushed her to rethink everything in her life, from corporate life to her life's calling. This is a powerful book and a powerful conversation today about humanitarian travel, women's empowerment, and turning compassion into real-world impact. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put her on TV today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. Nancy, thank you so much for joining me here today.
I'm so happy to be here.
I'm delighted to have you on the show, happy to highlight your story. Your memoir begins with a question that many people ask. How do we find happiness, love, and fulfillment? What's your answer?
Yes, it's an amazing story. I lost my father in 1981, years ago, and I was a supervisor for American Airlines. And I went back to a flight attendant position on a deep search for meaning. And I traveled all over the world, searching out the nature of reality and what life is about. And on those travels, I saw so many vulnerable children in many locations. They didn't have a warm place to lay their heads at night. They didn't have food. They didn't have medical supplies, school supplies. And I thought, why don't I use my passes as a flight attendant to hand deliver aid to children. That's where the idea came from. And now we mobilize 16 airlines, thousands of people, and $60 million worth of aid all over the world.
Amazing, amazing. So what began as a tragedy, the loss of your father, began a rethinking, a reshuffling of your life for you and your priorities, and Airline Ambassadors International was born out of that.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Tell the folks at
So
home a little bit about the group. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't get the airline's attention. I tried to meet with them about the idea of airline ambassadors and mobilizing flight attendants all around the world helping children. No one was interested. After the United Nations Earth Summit, which I participated, I moved to New York to work with the United Nations. And there I ran into Gorbachev, who I had been to his country many times, and I was asked to help organize help for him in Japan. He was launching the Green Cross. And I said, I was so excited. And I called all the airlines, United, American. No one was interested. And so in meditation in the morning, I said, Dear God, no one's interested in any of my ideas. How am I going to make this happen? And a little voice came to me and it said, stop talking about it and start doing it. So I said, I made a commitment to take one action a month that would bring love into action. And I agreed to go with Gorbachev to Japan. It was amazing. Wow. And the next month we went to Bosnia, where a terrible war was taking place. And 2 flight attendants came with me, bringing hotel amenities from our layover hotels to the Bosnian women. And it was incredible. Next month, I escorted a child to Colombia, and we started on a roll manifesting missions almost every month from here on out.
Amazing, amazing. Gorbachev was a great man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. And I told him, I met him at the event and I said, I told him about my idea of mobilizing flight attendants. And he said, Very good, very good. Yeah,
That's what you need.
yeah,
You need an open-minded person to embrace new ideas and not to do business as usual. For the folks at home who don't
exactly.
know exactly what Airline Ambassador International does, tell them a little bit about the organization and what it's doing today. I know it fights everything from human trafficking to aiding in humanitarian causes.
Yes, we're mainly a humanitarian organization. We have met children all over the world, the Philippines, South Africa, Sierra Leone, many projects in El Salvador, and we're hand delivering aid to these projects and raising money to support these projects. It's beautiful. But I'll go back a little bit.
Mhm.
In 2010, we correctly identified trafficking on 4 different airlines in the
Wow.
same month. Our first tip out of Santo Domingo led to the bust of a human trafficking ring that saves 86 children.
Mm.
And so I knew we were on a roll. At that time, the Haiti earthquake had just happened. My husband, had an agreement with Southern Command to give us airplanes.
Mm.
And my husband moved to Haiti. I moved to Washington, D.C. to work with Congressman Smith on human trafficking awareness. He helped me take this to the next level. We had congressional briefings for airlines, and we initiated the first industry-specific training on human trafficking awareness, which we've implemented all over the world,
Mm.
160 times. So
Amazing.
I'm sure we've saved thousands of children as a result of these trainings.
Yeah. And you're still doing it today. Today, you're joining us from El Salvador. Tell us what your work entails today and what's going on in El Salvador.
Yes, we came to El Salvador. American Airlines started giving me airplanes in 2000.
Mm.
And I had recently met the president of Kiwanis in El Salvador. And he said, bring an airplane to El Salvador. I said, well, I've already committed the first 2 airplanes to Ecuador and Haiti, but let's do the third one to El Salvador in 2001. And we brought an airplane for Three Kings Day, and we made 80 people. We did orphanage parties in 5 different locations. It was incredible.
Mm.
And right after we left, the another earthquake hit, a big earthquake, and we came back with a medical team, the head of the AMA, American Medical Association,
Mhm.
the head of Kiwanis, and we came down and we did another relief team. But while that happened, in a press conference with the president, another earthquake hit, and we ran to Hospital Bloom to see if it's structurally sound. My husband is a structural engineer, and he said, no, it's not safe. And so we're running out the babies. And so it's amazing that we were able to save these children. And we forged a relationship with Armando Bukele Katan and his family. His son Najib, who I met when he was 17, is now the president of the country.
Mm.
And my husband is working for him, overseeing the office, the agency for design and development of the nation. And also, I am still running Airline Ambassadors. We moved
Mhm.
our location to New York, our headquarters, but I have 5 projects in El Salvador.
Mm.
One for girls that have been raped by their fathers or brothers, and we uh, support them financially and bring missions there. Another old person's home, which we love. We're doing a big fundraiser soon about that. And also, uh, we have a turtle conservation project. We have turtles laying eggs
Mm.
um, on our beach property. So it's amazing we've been able to support the local fishermen and support that project.
Amazing, amazing. Who was your first partner in the airlines to help get this going, and how many airline partners do you have working with you now?
Yes, American Airlines. I was a flight attendant for American Airlines. I'd gone back to being a flight attendant after Daddy died
Mhm.
to pursue a search for meaning. And American Airlines was the first major supporter. United Airlines is also supported with a mileage bank.
Mhm.
And we have members from 16 airlines,
Mhm.
thousands of members. And they're all bringing love into action,
Yeah,
serving children in their own communities and abroad.
amazing.
And it expanded beyond flight attendants. We're not only flight attendants and pilots, we're now teachers, mothers, students traveling to make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you say your proudest moment is running the Airline Ambassadors International? Is there one rescue mission or one project where, I know you've made an impact across the globe, but one that really sticks with you?
A couple. American had started giving me airplanes, and we went to, I remember we had an airplane to Ecuador in honor of a woman who was our director of protocol at the United Nations. She had lost her son. And
Mm.
we went to Ecuador, and we were dancing and playing with the children in the orphanages. And uh, a, a girl said she looked at me like she wanted a candy or a beanie baby, and I looked. She had no arms,
Mm.
and her name was Diana. So I was so happy 1 year later to be able to come back with a prosthetist to provide new arms
Wow,
and hands for her, and also to train the local people in Ecuador. It's amazing.
that is amazing. Yes.
Also in El Salvador, we actually built a village with Armando called Kiwanis Village. We built a village of 500 homes for people that had lost their homes in the earthquake. And we ended up also bringing sewing machines on airplanes to start a whole sewing project there. And now they're sustainable. It makes me feel very, very happy.
Amazing. Were there any times in your life that you and your husband both felt in fear of your lives? I mean, going into war-torn Bosnia or post-earthquake Haiti, they're dangerous places from, criminals to diseases at times. What's it been like for you personally?
Totally. We felt in total danger. We had just signed an MOU with Southern Command, so we were able to bring the first airplanes into Haiti after the earthquake. And my husband stayed there for 2.5 years, building safe houses for trafficked children in the country. And
Hmm.
I visited him every month between my flights. Very, very dangerous.
Yeah,
3 of our friends were killed. And I begged Dave to come home and not tempt fate, because Haiti is very dangerous. We still trying to help it now, but I'm so glad he got out of there.
yeah, yeah. These are
Yeah,
dangerous.
we're
Haiti
in a
is.
lot of danger.
Yeah, a lot of danger, like I said, from criminals to, corrupt
Yes,
governments to corrupt police officers to disease
yes.
itself in the wake of a natural disaster. You're not immune to it, so you're putting yourself in harm's way and you're doing God's work. How important has your faith been in all of this?
My what?
Your faith?
My faith. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I asked God when at one point after Daddy died, I moved to Hawaii to to get quiet and hear what God wanted me to do.
Mm.
And I got the message: find a way again to bring love into action.
Mm.
And it, it's been a total inspiration of all our work. And we work with all religions, not only one, not
Yeah.
only Christianity, but all the religions, Muslims and every background. So we honor any effort to make compassion real and bring clothing and serve others. And so that's what I hope that people that read the book will get from it. Not only did my path lead me to love and one amazing romance and the man of my dreams, it led me to a sense of fulfillment and happiness that can't be filled in any other way, not by going out shopping and going to restaurants, about really making a difference in the world.
Absolutely. You've made a
Gives me shivers
difference.
even when I say that.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Well, you truly have made a difference, and this book is going to make a difference in a lot of people's lives because I think they'll do a little self-examination, a little thought process going on to figure out what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, how they might be able to feel more fulfilled. The name of the book is Wings of Love, a memoir. It is a moving, globe-spanning journey that will inspire you to follow the calling of your heart and live love in action. Nancy, thank you so much for joining me here today.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me on board. I'm so happy for everyone to read the book and find a way to bring their own way, their own unique way to bring love into action.
Absolutely. Kindness to a stranger is a good start, and you can expand from there without a doubt. Wonderful work today on the interview, wonderful work, of course, on this book, and wonderful work in your chosen profession in life, which is helping others. To the folks at home,
Oh, and it's coming out in Spanish in May. It's coming out in Spanish in May, and we're going to offer it to the brand new library in El Salvador, Bonais.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm excited. And Najib Bukele, the president, actually wrote a comment in there.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we're excited. We're glad that it's expanding its languages that it's available in because it'll reach an even broader audience. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford for the Global Book Network. So long for now.